So moving on to the usual regular schmegular part of the podcast where I go through how I performed for the past week. Bear with me, I'm going to try and run through this one because I know I have quite a lot of content to talk about. So bear with me, and of course we'll chop the content out into smaller parts for your listening pleasure. So what happened in the Premier League over the past week? This weekend was the FA Cup, but however there was midweek Premier League games. Most people should be aware of this, but in case you did not know, Olaina and Taiwo Awoniyi played for Nottingham Forest. They drew Arsenal 0-0 on Wednesday. Thank God I didn't have to remember this game because I was enjoying myself somewhere. Olaina started the game. Awoniyi came for minimal minutes. But of course, this means that Liverpool will definitely win the Premier League. It puts paid to Arsenal's chance of winning the league. Arsenal are now 13 points behind Liverpool. Even though we have a game in hand, it's not going to happen. Liverpool have 10 games to go. They're not going to lose 4 out of those 10 games when you look at their fixture list. Over the weekend, we then saw Olaina play all 120 minutes, while Taiwo Awoniyi also started and played 82 minutes, as Nottingham Forest qualified for the quarterfinals of the FA Cup by beating Ipswich Town 5-4 on penalties after a 1-1 draw in regulation time. They will play Brighton in the quarterfinal, which, I mean, is literally, that's a big boy clash, man, considering how well those teams have been playing this season. Next up for the Nottingham Forest boys, they play Manchester City at home on Saturday in the early kickoff on Saturday. So that'll be 3rd versus 4th in the Premier League. And hopefully Nottingham Forest can get a result in this game as they bid to make the Champions League for next season. The Fulham boys, prior to Calvin Bassey playing and scoring the winner at Old Trafford over the weekend, and it will be also playing. We saw both of them come on in the second half in Fulham's 2-1 win over Wolverhampton last Tuesday in the Premier League. So shout out to the boys for dispatching Wolves comfortably. No, 2-1 shot. Next up for them, they play Brighton away on Saturday. So that's going to be a tough tie and one for the hipsters. So enjoy. As for Reverend Didi, Leicester already out of the FA Cup. However, on Thursday, Leicester lost 2-0 to West Ham. So I don't lie to you, Leicester are gone, man. What a useless team. I don't know why Didi resigned for them. He was a free agent last summer. Yes, you're settled in Leicester. You've got your family there. You've been there for God knows how long. 7 years. Maybe, I'm sure it's at least 7 years. If not 8, you know. But my God, he needed to make bad decisions in terms of at least the sporting ambition, considering the career he had and what the prospects looked like for him. But anyway, not be me, the entire collect the money. And as long as he can still somehow perform for Nigeria, we'll take it. But no doubt in my mind, he's no longer the linchpin of our midfield compared to like Rafael Onyedika or even Franco Onyeka when we look at how Onyeka played in AFCON last year. But anyway, next up for Leicester, they play Chelsea away on Sunday. So good luck to them. You'd expect Chelsea to smash them, but you just never know with these teams. Southampton, Jaribo and Polonarchu both played and started the game as Southampton lost 4-0 to Chelsea last week, Tuesday. Awful team, man. They're definitely going down, man. In fact, they suck so bad. And guess what? They play Liverpool away on Saturday, so that's another thrashing about to come. Other results that did not involve Nigerian players. We saw Brighton beat Bournemouth 2-1 in the league. Crystal Palace smashed Aston Villa 4-1 at home. We saw Brentford and Everton play a 1-1 draw, while Man City beat Tottenham 1-0 courtesy of Erling Haaland's 20th league goal of the season. Manchester United beat Ipswich Town 3-2, and we saw Liverpool beat Newcastle 2-0 at Anfield. Fixtures to look out for this coming weekend, apart from the ones already mentioned involving Nigerian players. Crystal Palace will host Ipswich Town in 3 p.m. kickoff game, which will be 4 p.m. in Nigeria. Don't worry, after these next 2 weekends of Premier League football, Nigeria and England will officially be on the same time, so no need to be saying Niger time. Also, Brentford will play Aston Villa in the late Saturday kickoff on Saturday. That'll be at 5:30. There's actually going to be another even late kickoff on Saturday as Wolves host Everton at Molineux, although Matthias Cunha will not play, so we know how that game's going to go. Tottenham host Bournemouth on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff. And then we see Manchester United and Arsenal play the big one at 4:30 p.m. UK time on Sunday. There's also a Monday night football game happening, which will involve West Ham against Newcastle. As I said, the table, Liverpool at top is done. Arsenal are comfortably second at the moment, 6 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. And then just in case you could not get any taste here, 3rd place Nottingham Forest with 48 points and 10th place Aston Villa with 42 points are separated by 6 points. So let's just say the next the dash to the end of the season is going to be fantastic in terms of making the Champions League spots and who gets the Europa League spots. And it's very, very likely. In fact, it's not even very, very likely. It is 99% sure that the Premier League will have at least 5 places in the Champions League. So basically, whoever finishes 5th will make the Champions League. So go figure. Should be a very, very exciting end to the season. As for Dumb and Dumber, Tottenham and Man United 13th and 14th. No real shock there, but they're comfortably safe off the relegation zone. While Wolverhampton are 5 points ahead of Ipswich Town, who are 18th. In Serie A, Ademola Lookman played 90 minutes ago, yellow card, as Atalanta drew 0-0 against Venezia on Saturday. I watched the highlights of this game, and man, it was very unlucky. I mean, there was one chance he backheeled Zappacosta. Zappacosta hit the post. And then in the 85th minute, something like that, Lookman literally missed from like 5 yards out, but it was a corner and the ball came at pace. But Atalanta once again failed to take advantage of Napoli and Inter dropping points, which means that they're basically still in the same position as they were before. They're just 3 points behind Inter. But one thing they have to be careful about is that their next game is Juventus away on Sunday. That's not going to be easy. And their next 6 games are incredibly tricky. Juve away, Inter at home, Fiorentina away, Lazio at home, Bologna at home, and then Milan away. All 6 games are against top 9 sides. In fact, if you remove AC Milan, all of those games are against top 5 teams at the moment, or top 6 teams in Serie A. So good luck to Lookman and co. As for Samuel Chukwueze, I already mentioned he came off the bench to score the equalizer for Milan, although they still lost against Lazio. That's now 3 losses in a row, and they play Lecce away. But let's hope that the momentum from Chukwueze scoring could help him and put him in good stead over the coming games. Fisad Delebashi was not in the squad as he's injured for Lazio, but we wish him a speedy recovery, of course. And Maduka Okoye as well, we wish him a speedy recovery for Udinese. In the Bundesliga, as I already mentioned, Tella scored a fantastic goal as Leverkusen thrashed Frankfurt 4-1. Boniface came on for the final 13 minutes of this game. While their next game is literally going on right now. It's about to kick off. Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen. I can see it's in the corner of my eye in the UEFA Champions League first leg. First game is at Allianz Arena. Although I fancy Leverkusen's chances of winning this overall tie. But today will be a tricky one. So look out for that. As for Hoffenheim, Gift Urban played 84 minutes while Kevin Akpoguma played 31 minutes as Hoffenheim won 1-0 against Bochum, although Bochum should have won the game. Anyway, good luck to them. Next up, they play Heidenheim at home. As for Franco Eka, his Auburn team drew yet again 0-0. These guys, the way they draw games, man, it's quite impressive. I don't even lie to you. But they're comfortably mid-table and no fear of relegation. Their next game will be Borussia Dortmund away on Saturday, so look out for that game, but you'd expect them to lose. In La Liga, of course, I mentioned the fantastic work Umar Sadiq did over the weekend. 2 lovely goals. Unfortunately, Valencia still drew the game 3-3, although his goal was the equalizer to make it 3-3 against Osasuna. But definitely a goal of season contender. So as I said, go and watch this goal if you missed it. Next up for Valencia, they're still in the relegation zone. They play Real Valladolid at home on Saturday. Kristanz Uche played 90 minutes for Getafe. Unfortunately, they lost 1-0 to Leganés. That would really hurt. And next up for them, they play Atletico Madrid at home. So Simeone if he won there, man, we cannot lie. Although with Atletico Madrid having one eye on the victory against Real Madrid after losing 2-1 yesterday, it may be the case that Getafe might catch him on a good day. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I hope all of you saw Arsenal 7-1 win yesterday. Serious football. They said we could not score goals. But, we serve a living God. As for HUK, he played 21 minutes while Arco Adams is still injured as Sevilla drew 1-1 against Rayo Vallecano. But they're also safely mid-table in La Liga. And next up for them, they play Real Sociedad away on Sunday. Finally, in the top 5 leagues in League A, Georgia Nikana played 18 minutes as Monaco beat Reims 3-0 on Friday. Next up for them, they played Toulouse away on Friday. All our other Nigerian players all lost their games. But Simon played 70 minutes as Nantes lost 2-0 to Marseille on Sunday. Next up, they play Strasbourg at home on Sunday. Chuba Akpom played 63 minutes as Lille got thrashed by PSG 4-1. Next up for them, we know Lille drew 1-1 yesterday, by the way. So Lille have a very good chance of progressing to the next round if they can beat Borussia Dortmund at home. And then they'll play Montpellier at home on Saturday. Gilbert shows Auxerre lost 1-0 to Strasbourg. So next up for them, they play Reims away on Sunday. And Hamza Gideron was an unused sub as Lens somehow lost 4-3 at home to Le Havre. Andrea even scored. That was a cracking game. I watched the goals. And next up for them, they play Marseille away. So they should comfortably remain mid-table.